Good morning. Bonjour. Buongiorno. Guten Tag. Dobry den. Hola. Ni hao. Hello, and welcome to the first ever Scottish Mathematical Council virtual conference. Many of you will have attended our face-to-face conference at Stirling University last year. Little did we know then just what was about to unfold. It's been a year like no other, where we've all had to be super flexible and continually adapt and change our planning, often at very short notice. As educators past and present, we ourselves recognise the challenges faced by you all and applaud your resilience and sheer hard work. This conference is our way of saying thank you to you, and we're delighted that due to the generosity of our main sponsor, SumDog, we are able to bring it to you free of charge. Thanks also are due to Alistair Oliver and his team of helpers, Shazia Ahmed, Nanette Brotherwood, Tara Harper, Sarah Leakey, Deirdre Murray, Rachel Norman, and Alan Taylor for their hours of preparation and planning. Thanks to SMC members Simon Fagile, Karen Hart, Cameron Orr, David Pritchard, and Chris Smith for their willingness to join the conference planning team when we realised it needed to be even bigger in order to get the job done. And thanks to Education Scotland colleagues Jacqueline Andrews, Iona Coots, and Yvonne Somerville for their help in facilitating today's sessions. A very, very big thank you to all of our presenters. And last but not least, thank you to you, our delegates, for your commitment to your own personal learning for the benefit of your pupils' and students' learning. For the best part of a year now, virtual has been the order of the day. Back in September, SMC members were busy preparing online resources for Maths Week Scotland, and we look forward to working with Katie Oldfield and her team again this year. Maths Week Scotland 2021 will run from the 27th of September until the 3rd of October. Watch out for further details on the Maths Week Scotland website and at Maths Week Scot over the coming weeks and months. Whilst terrifying at times for a golden oldie like me, online does offer new and exciting possibilities. And this year's conference most definitely has an international feel. We have presenters not only from Scotland and the rest of the United Kingdom, but also from Spain and Germany, and delegates from as far afield as Australia, China, Colombia, Canada, and the USA. A special thank you to you all for joining us, particularly if you're doing so on a Friday or Saturday evening, or even more admirable, in the early hours of the morning. We hope that everyone has an enjoyable and informative day. As always, we are very keen to receive your feedback, so do please remember to complete the evaluation form. We would also encourage those on Twitter to tweet using hashtag SMC2021. Moving on to the Scottish Mathematical Council Achievement Award. This award is presented to someone who's been involved in mathematics education in Scotland for a very long time, and who has made a major contribution to the learning and teaching of mathematics in that time. We would be delighted to receive nominations for the 2022 award, so if you have someone in mind who you believe to be a worthy recipient, have a look at page 6 of the conference programme for information about how to nominate them. This year's recipient was nominated by Professor Adam McBride, himself a former winner, and indeed the first ever winner of the award. Adam's proposal was subsequently endorsed by SMC colleagues, all of whom clearly hold this person in very high regard. He began his teaching career in Cumbernauld and Glasgow, before moving to Inverness, and in due course became advisor in mathematics for Highland region. I believe he also spent some time teaching in Malawi. At that time, providing subject-specific professional development opportunities for such a vast and often remote area as the Highlands and Islands of Scotland was far from easy. No Zoom in those days. And apart from a few occasions throughout the year when teachers gathered in a central venue, our winner clocked up thousands of miles visiting individual schools. Mental maths was high on his list of priorities, and standards in Highland improved markedly during his tenure. In the late 1990s, he introduced residential weekends for advanced higher maths students from all over Highland, which SMC member Jonathan Fraser fondly remembers attending as a senior pupil. The programme covered problem solving in all of its guises and included outdoor team activities and a ceilidh, where our multi-talented winner played the bagpipes, accompanied by pupils on a variety of instruments, whilst others danced. Those who know our winner well describe him as a role model who sets high standards of behaviour and conduct and espouses the good old-fashioned values of courtesy and respect. They also talk of his pocky sense of humour, and having spoken to him several times on the telephone recently, I can certainly vouch for that. Now enjoying a very well-deserved retirement, this year's Scottish Mathematical Council Achievement Award goes to Mr. George Gibson. George, I know you and your family are watching, and of course, as we all know, this is the point at which I would invite you onto the stage to, accompanied by rapturous applause, to receive your award. Sadly, not this year, thanks to the small matter of a global pandemic. Back in January, we thought we had a plan for how to get George's award to him before today, and that plan involved SMC Associate Member Bill Richardson, who lives nearby, making the short trip to Inverness to make the presentation on the SMC's behalf once lockdown ended. Unfortunately, the current lockdown in Scotland has gone on for much longer than anyone anticipated, and our plan has had to be put on hold. George, I know Bill is bitterly disappointed about that, as I'm sure you are too. But believe me when I say he will be making that trip to Inverness just as soon as he's permitted to do so. Colleagues, we're delighted that George agreed to say a few words to camera and thank him for preparing a short video, which Sarah is now going to play for us. So if you can bear with us for a moment while we get it up, thank you.
Hello everyone. Thank you to all at the Scottish Mathematical Council for bestowing this award on me. The SMC has been helping inspire maths teachers for decades, and I am proud to have been involved starting as a delegate in the 1980s, although you won't believe it's as far back as that. I may be yesterday's man, but you have the task of inspiring the next generation of maths teachers, and of course the future generation of youngsters. I have had the privilege of working alongside some pretty amazing and eminent mathematicians who gave freely of their time and expertise to inspire our pupils through the provision of masterclasses, even extending to residential courses over 2 or 3 days or at weekends. Fellow maths teachers throughout my career were always a pleasure to work with and a source of motivation, especially so in the lighter moments when humour between classes was a component, and a real sense of value was in working with teachers to produce maths competitions in Cumbernauld, Glasgow and the Highlands. Whether I was a teacher, principal teacher or maths advisor, nothing gave me more satisfaction than being able to deliver the sort of experience I would have loved as a youngster. And finally, I also want to thank all the thousands of pupils I was privileged to teach, many of whom are now friends. Not forgetting my time in Africa. Na Kirata Lesotho. Thank you to one and all, and best wishes.
Congratulations again, George, and we hope you'll be able to join us in Stirling next year and take to the stage alongside our 2022 winner, whoever that may be.